You know, there's a saying in business, revenue cures most ills. Now, that's not the same as saying money can buy happiness. It may sound similar, but it's not. But honestly, it's more true than most people want to admit because when revenue is growing, you have options. You can hire better people. You can fix problems faster. You can implement systems to drive growth. And you can invest in the future. But when revenue is flat, everything feels harder. Every decision carries more weight. Every mistake stings just a little more. Every problem feels bigger than it is. But here's where people get it wrong. They try to grow without clarity. Before you chase growth, you really have to know two things. Where are you right now? What's your present situation? And where are you actually trying to go? And then once you're clear on these things, growth gets simpler. Not easy, but simpler. So where does more revenue come from? You know, growing revenue is not necessarily complicated. You know, one way is you get more customers. But sometimes we know that's more difficult than it sounds. Another idea is to get your current customers to spend more. You know, maybe they buy more product. Maybe they pay more. Maybe they come back more often. These are all traditional ways of driving revenue. You know, I once had a client who had a very successful company, but they couldn't grow because they were really capped out in their markets. So we had to figure out where they could take their knowledge, their experience, and their business model and apply it to a new market or product. And we did that, and they saw tremendous growth almost immediately. But that change came by stepping back and looking at things clearly with fresh eyes. It's amazing what can happen when you take a fresh look with a clear focus. You figure out what actually moves the needle. And when you focus on the right things, revenue starts to grow. And then when revenue grows, a lot of those problems you've been carrying, well, they start to disappear. We don't need to overcomplicate this. Just remember clarity first and then growth. If we do that, we can put together a plan that will drive growth and eliminate so many of those ills.